Students, through the previous study, we have learned about the essential nutrients for plant growth and the role of essential nutrients in plant endosomes. Then, in what form are these nutrients absorbed by plants? How do plants absorb them into their bodies? Next, let's go to the main content of this lesson: nutrient uptake and characteristics of plants. Plants absorb nutrients through root nutrition and external nutrients. Root nutrition refers to plants absorb nutrients from the environment through their root system. Extra-radical nutrition refers to plants absorb nutrients through extra root organs such as leaves and stems, where root system is the main organ of plant to absorb nutrients and water. The main part of the root system that absorbs nutrients is the root tip, the root hair area of the root tip. It is the most active area for nutrient absorption. The forms of nutrient uptake by the root system include gaseous state, ionic state, and molecular state. Among them, water-soluble ionic state is the main form of nutrient uptake by plant roots. Mineral nutrients and nitrogen are almost all absorbed in ionic form. Molecular state nutrients, mainly small molecule organic compounds. Most of the organic nutrients need to be decomposed by microorganisms into ionic form before they can be taken up by plants, before they can be absorbed and used by plants. Nutrients in the soil can only be absorbed into the body if they come into contact with the root system. Nutrients dispersed in various parts of the soil, the process of reaching the root system near or on the root surface is called soil nutrient transport. Soil nutrients can be transported in three ways: interception, diffusion, and mass flow. Interception is the process of plant roots coming into direct contact with nutrients in the soil during growth and elongation. It generally makes up 0.2% to 10% of the total plant uptake, far from meeting the growth needs of plants. Diffusion refers to the migration of nutrients from the soil due to a concentration gradient of nutrient ions near and far from the root system as a result of nutrient uptake by the plant root system. Mass flow is the flow of nutrients from the soil to the roots caused by water absorption by the plant roots. Nutrients that move easily in the soil, such as NO3, Cl, K+, etc., reach the root surface mainly through mass flow. Soil nutrients reach the surface of the plant root system only prepare the conditions for nutrient uptake by the roots. Most nutrients enter the plant body through a series of complex processes. Different nutrient types, different sites of entry into cells, the mechanism is also different. The main ways of nutrient uptake by the root system are passive uptake and active uptake. Passive uptake refers to the nutrients following the concentration gradient, or electrochemical potential gradient, from the medium solution into the cell. It is characterized by the fact that it does not require energy and is not selective. It is also called non-metabolic uptake. Active uptake is defined as nutrients enter the cell through the cell membrane against the concentration gradient or electrochemical potential gradient. It is characterized by the need for energy and it is selective. Extra root nutrition is a way to supplement plant nutrition, especially in the case of root nutrient blockage. It can be remedied in time by absorbing nutrients through leaves and stems, compared with the roots. Extra root nutrition has the following characteristics. 1. Direct supply of nutrients. It prevents nutrient fixation in the soil, especially elements such as iron, copper, zinc, etc., that are easily fixed by the soil. Foliar spraying is more effective. 2. Fast absorption rate. It can meet the nutrient needs of plants in time. The absorption and operation rate of nutrients in the foliage is much faster than the root. For example, soil fertilization 15 days, the amount of phosphorus absorbed by the plant is only equivalent to 5 minutes of foliar fertilization. 3. Directly promote plant metabolism, such as increasing the intensity of photosynthesis and respiration, increasing the activity of enzymes, enhancing water and nutrient absorption by the root system, etc. 4. It saves fertilizer. High economic efficiency root spraying of phosphorus and potassium fertilizers use only 10% to 20% of the amount applied to the soil. Micronutrient spraying not only saves fertilizer, it can also avoid the harm caused by uneven soil application or excessive soil application. Although foliar spraying has many benefits, it is also important to recognize that the amount of nutrients provided by foliar spraying is limited, especially major elements. Far from sufficient to meet the needs of plants, foliar applications are only an aid to solving some specific plant nutrition problems. It is a supplement to soil fertilization. The following factors need to be taken into account when applying extra root nutrients. 1. Pay attention to the composition of the solution in the spray solution. Different solutes are absorbed by the leaves at different rates. Potassium is absorbed by the leaves in the following order: potassium chloride, potassium nitrate, potassium phosphate. Nitrogen is absorbed by the leaves at the rate of urea, nitrate, ammonium salt. 2. Pay attention to the concentration of the solution and the reaction. In general, under the premise that the leaves are not damaged, increasing the concentration of the solution and adjust its pH can promote the absorption of nutrients by the leaves. If the main supply of cations, it can be adjusted to slightly alkaline. If mainly supplying anions, it can be adjusted to slightly acidic. 3. Extend the time of wetting the leaves with solution. The longer the solution wets the leaves, the more the leaves absorb the nutrients. Therefore, the best time for foliar spraying is in the morning or evening. At the same time, you can add appropriate wetting agent. 4. Pay attention to the type of plants. The concentration of dicotyledonous plants can be smaller. Monocotyledonous plants should be appropriately increased concentration. Spray the front and back of the leaf together. 5. Pay attention to the migration of nutrients in the leaves. Elements with high mobility have no requirement for the spraying site. But for the elements that do not move easily, spraying on the new leaves is effective. Nutrient absorption by plants is closely related to the external environment. The main factors affecting nutrient uptake are: 1. Soil temperature. Within a certain temperature range, with the increase of soil temperature, the rate and quantity of nutrient uptake by the root system increase. 2. Light conditions. With sufficient light and high photosynthesis intensity, nutrient uptake increases. With insufficient light, the amount and intensity of nutrient uptake is reduced. 3. Soil aeration. Well-aerated soil facilitates nutrient uptake by plants. With poor aeration, nutrient uptake capacity decreases. 4. Soil acidity and alkalinity. Acidic conditions, plants absorb more anions than cations. Alkaline conditions, absorption of more cations than anions. 5. Nutrient concentration. High nutrient content in the soil is favorable for nutrient uptake by plants. If the nutrient content is low, plants naturally absorb less nutrients. Throughout the growth and development period, from seed germination to seed formation, there are many different stages of growth and development. among these stages, except for the early seed nutrition stage and the later stage when the root system stops absorbing nutrients. For other stages, all of them absorb nutrients from the soil through the root system. The whole process of nutrient uptake from the soil through the root system is called the nutrient phase of the plant. During this period, plants need the root system to continuously nutrients from the soil. This is called the continuum of plant nutrition. The entire nutritional period of a plant includes various nutrient stages. These different nutrient stages require different types, amounts, and proportions of nutrients. This is the stage of plant nutrition. When applying fertilizer, it is necessary to meet the requirements of crop nutrition continuity and to meet the requirements of crop nutrition stages. In the process of plant reproduction, there is often a period of time during which the requirement for a certain nutrient is not large in absolute quantity, but very sensitive at this time. If this nutrient is lacking, the effect on plant fertility is extremely obvious, and even if this nutrient is supplemented later, the resulting loss is difficult to correct and replenish. This period is called the plant nutrient critical period. The critical period for phosphorus nutrition in most plants is at the seedling stage. The critical period for nitrogen nutrition in crops is often slightly later than phosphorus, usually during the period when nutritional growth shifts to reproductive growth. The critical period for potassium in rice is at the tillering and spike formation stages. During plant growth and development, there is another period the plant needs the highest absolute amount of nutrients. The absorption rate is the fastest. The absorbed nutrients can maximize their production potential, and the efficiency of yield increase is the highest. This is the period of maximum plant nutrient efficiency. This period is often in the middle of crop growth. It is rapid growth in terms of external morphology. Crop response to fertilizer application is most pronounced. Crop nutrition critical period and maximum efficiency period are two critical periods for crop nutrition and fertilization. During these two periods, it is important to meet the requirements of the nutrient status of the crop according to the nutritional characteristics of the crop itself. At the same time, it is also necessary to pay attention to the continuity of crop nutrient absorption in order to meet the nutritional requirements of the crop in a reasonable manner. That's all for this lesson. Thank you all.